Thank you so much for joining us, Valerie. Truly a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me here.
So, firstly, many congratulations on being acquired by Twitter. So that my viewers know what exactly ZipDial does, if you can give me, a broad sense of what ZipDial is and what it brings to the table.
Absolutely. So what we've built over the last 5 years is a mobile marketing platform that is very specifically designed for emerging markets, starting with India.
Sure.
And the idea is that mobile users in this market have different phones, have different data connections, use their phones differently. So the idea is to make every traditional media interactive in the simplest possible way. So if you see a print ad or a television ad or a hoarding for your favorite brand, there's a simple call to action, which most often starts with dialing a missed call.
Right.
Then there's an immediate response to the user, which engages the user in follow-up kind of engagement and communication with the brand. So it might be to vote for a favorite flavor or refer your friends to buy something or redeem a coupon or visit the store or whatever the particular campaign is about and whatever the result is that the brand wants to drive.
Right. So now that you've been acquired by Twitter, how does life change for you really?
Now we're focused on driving growth for Twitter. So there is a massive amount of opportunity in India where there are more than 200 million smartphones in the market, and that's booming. But again, people use their phones differently, right? When the average Indian consumer uses only 60 MB of data in a month, which is only 4% of what a US consumer uses, you have to design in a way that allows them to work across screens. Sometimes they're offline, so to speak, in SMS, and sometimes they're online in mobile web and apps. And designing a way for users to get access to the amazing content that exists on Twitter through a very simple experience that leverages the ZipDial platform and the Twitter platform.
So, Valerie, in layman's language, if you can explain to me, for people who would, let's say, want to access Twitter offline, what ZipDial will do for them post this partnership or post this acquisition?
I may be a user who is on a feature phone with no mobile internet connection, or I may be on a smartphone with a mobile internet connection. But now the simplest thing I can do to say, hey, I'm interested in that. I see the news article and I want to follow BCCI to get cricket updates, and I give a missed call and start following. And if I'm a feature phone user who's offline, I'm going to get an SMS-based experience. But if I'm a smartphone user who's online, I give a missed call, and now I'm following when I log in to my app.
Okay. Valerie is somebody who's, ventured into mobile marketing quite early, even before, it's kind of, gathered some momentum. How do you think, developing markets or fast-growing markets such as India stacks up against, let's say, a more sophisticated market like, the US?
One of the reasons I even moved to India 7 years ago is for that growth story, and the fact that even if the digital and mobile advertising market today is very small, relatively speaking, and is around 5 or less than 10% of the ad spends in a place like India, it's growing at nearly 100% a year. So that's what's exciting, because when you have the kind of immensely rapid mobile phone penetration and starting from a small base, but a very strong, fast shift in the way that advertisers are spending money, there's a huge opportunity to create new and disruptive business models in that environment.
So this is an answer I get a lot, simply because, India as a country offers just so much scale and volume, right, across platforms, whatever you talk about. So that's always a big attraction to anybody who's looking at India. But my question always remains is, does sheer volume, always translate into value? Because we're a very odd country in terms of, consumer behavior.
It's so there's two pieces to scale. One is that eventually it will convert into value, but you have to have the stamina and the patience for it.
Right.
It will take longer to demonstrate that value as incomes rise, as spending rises, etc. And you have to have a long-term horizon when you think about the scale that a country like India has to offer. The other piece of scale is the speed and scale of change. The change is happening at a much faster pace in this market than in other markets. Okay. And that's what's exciting, because that's an opportunity to throw out old business models and old technologies and adopt new ones at an even faster pace.
But you must agree, by being acquired by Twitter and coming under the Twitter umbrella, your services are that much more restricted, because your entire game now focuses on giving that impetus to Twitter.
The vast majority of everything we built at ZipDial will become part of Twitter. The team, the platform, the partnerships, everything. 95% of everything we've built over the last 5 years will become part of Twitter. And only become better, because now it's whatever we built plus this seamless tie-in to one of the world's leading internet platforms that already has so many assets in terms of the technology they've built, the audience they've built, etc. So from a pure offering perspective, and I genuinely believe this, I'm not just saying it, that everything we've built is now better because we're part of Twitter. And we have this amazing infrastructure and network and already global company through which we can scale what we've built much faster than if we were doing it on our own.
Lovely speaking with you, and we hope to see a lot of interesting work coming from your end along with Twitter.
Thanks so much.